The teams with the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks in terms of average annual value are a combined 4-11 in 2024. Not to mention, 2 of those wins came with Malik Willis starting for the Packers, who is number 64 in terms of average annual value among quarterbacks. It goes to this point that I've been thinking about and trying to make for probably 10 years now, which is the way that teams value a quarterback as a part of the NFL cap structure does not line up with how football is played. It doesn't line up with how teams win Super Bowls. So I want to go back to 2008 for multiple reasons. One, because I was in middle school and could get all the pussy I want, was young and spry. Now I'm married and wake up with a cramp in my calf every morning. 2008 was also when Drew Brees became the first QB to throw for 5,000 yards since Dan Marino did it in 84. I kind of want to use that as a marker of like when passing really took over the league. So we'll see, that's when you would imagine that you would need a dynamic passing attack to go on and win a Super Bowl. In 9 seasons since 2008, at least one quarterback has thrown for 5,000 yards. In those 9 seasons, only one quarterback went on to win the Super Bowl, and that was Patrick Mahomes in 2022. There were only 2 other seasons in which one of those quarterbacks even made it to the Super Bowl. That was 2011, when Tom Brady lost to the Giants for the second time, not the undefeated season. In that Super Bowl, the Patriots only scored 17 points. The other time was when Peyton Manning went to set what is still the all-time single-season passing yards record with the Broncos in 2013. They go to the Super Bowl and get fucking cracked by the Seahawks, 43-8. They couldn't get anything going. In both of those Super Bowls, the QBs that came in averaging like 330 and 350 yards a game threw for less than 300 yards, and the team got less than 100 yards rushing. Point here is that no matter how good of a passing attack you have, at some point, the defense is going to take that away. You're not going to be able to throw the ball, most likely. Are you going to have a team construction that allows you to win another way? To go deeper with this, let's look at that 2008 to present timeline and look at all 16 Super Bowl winners in that window and look at what their QB contract situation looks like. 5 of the winners had a QB still on their rookie contract, and that is kind of the dream scenario. So Roethlisberger in 2008 won his second on his rookie contract. Flacco goes on a destiny run with the Ravens in 2012. Seahawks follow that up in 2013, dragging Russ's ass to the Super Bowl, smacking the Broncos. Eagles in 2017 was built around Carson Wentz on his rookie contract. Obviously, he gets hurt. Nick Foles goes and wins Super Bowl for him. Nick Foles was only taking up less than 1% of the cap with his contract as a backup quarterback that year. And then Mahomes shows up again. He wins for the first time in 2019 on his rookie contract. And all of these quarterbacks, like I mentioned, signed near top of the market extensions. Even Wentz signed near top of the market extensions following their wins. And none of them, except for Mahomes, won another Super Bowl after that extension. Okay, so 2 of the teams had QBs on non-rookie contracts, but they were worth less than 10% of the team's cap. That's Drew Brees in 2009, Aaron Rodgers in 2010. 7 of the teams had a QB with between 10% and 13% of the cap allocated to their contract. That includes 4 times with Tom Brady, 3 with New England, 1 with Tampa. He averaged about 11 to 12% of the cap in those years. Eli in 2011 was about 11.5% of the cap for the Giants when they knocked off the Patriots for the second time. Peyton in 2015 when he pulled it off with the Broncos, after getting smacked the first time he showed up with the Broncos, comes back, beats the Panthers. And then Stafford in 2021 with the Rams. Eli is the only one in that group that didn't have a 5,000-yard passing season on his resume. Like I said, none of these guys had that 5,000-yard passing season in the year that they won, but they at least had it on their resume. Eli didn't have it on his resume, but he is the only one in the group with massive, massive balls, and that is an official NFL stat. These guys are truly great, top of the market contracts that they should deserve it every single year, and they can make a team around them better. So if you're keeping track at home, that leaves 2 Super Bowls that don't fall into any of the categories that we've established. Not on a rookie deal, not less than 10% of the cap, not less than 13% of the cap. In 2022 and 2023, Patrick Mahomes accounted for over 15% of the cap, about 17% in 2022 and like 16.4% in 2023. And he's in this special category, right? And this is going to go to the point I'm going to make. Patrick Mahomes being paid this much and winning is going to go to the point I'm trying to make. He's in a special category, and the Chiefs are in a special category as far as team building. They're at a dynasty level when it comes to team building. Patriots level when it comes to team building. Don't forget, the offseason before the 2022 season, the Chiefs were going to have to pay Tyreek Hill. The wide receiver market at that point was about to explode. Instead of paying Tyreek Hill $30 million, they traded him away for, I think, like a first and a second, and the Dolphins wouldn't pay him. Nobody else in the NFL would have the stones to take the best wide receiver in the league in his prime that you have tied up with the best quarterback and the best tight end in the league and send him away with the forethought of this quarterback is so good that we will get more wide receivers in, but we need to pay for the offensive line. We need to pay for the defensive line. The Chiefs that was a chess move, and they've won 2 Super Bowls since they did it. And that's the whole thing here. That's the whole point, right? Teams so often pay players because they're supposed to get paid. They pay players because their contract comes up, and they pay them based on a market. Let's just look at the state of the league in quarterback contracts currently. This year, there are 4 quarterbacks who are being paid above 15% of their team's overall cap. Kyler Murray, who is at 19.23%, Dak at 16.99%, Stafford at 18.08%, and the most egregious one, Daniel Jones at 18.74% of the Giants' cap. So all of these guys, even Dak is right at that number that Patrick Mahomes is at. All of these guys we're saying for them to win the Super Bowl, they have to play as good, if not better than Patrick Mahomes in 2022. That's not going to happen. Okay, and lastly, we have 7 QBs that are in that 10 to 15 range that had the majority of the last 16 Super Bowl winners. The Bradys, Mannings, Staffords. Tell me who's the Brady, the Manning, and the Stafford in this list here. So we have Lamar, 12.69% of the Ravens cap. Josh Allen, 11.89% of the Bills cap. Joe Burrow, 11.63% of the Bengals cap. Deshaun Watson, 10.94% of the Browns cap. Jared Goff, 10.65% of the Lions. 14.49% of the Chiefs for Patrick Mahomes. And lastly, Geno with 10.34% of the Seattle cap. So of those 10 percenters, Deshaun Watson's not winning a Super Bowl this year. Is Geno, can Geno or Jared Goff pull off an Eli Manning run, right? They're not Brady. They're not Peyton. They're not even late Peyton, because Peyton was still pretty good on the year that they won. They're not Stafford. So can they pull off an Eli Manning run, right? That's the lane that they would go into. Then we start looking at Burrow, who is in the 11% range. Again, he might be able to pull off a Stafford run, but they're 0-3. They're not looking good. The defense is not looking good. Eli wins that Super Bowl because they had an incredible defensive line. Bengals are paying like they got an incredible defensive line, but they don't got it. So I think Bengals are out. Baltimore gets it right against the Cowboys. They're 1-2. Lamar is that talented. He is maybe the Stafford, but we'll see. They have the run. They have the pass. Can they pull it off in the clutch? Josh Allen. Maybe he has a Stafford run in him, right? Maybe he's got that. Maybe he can pull this team up. The defense looks pretty good. Offensive line looks pretty good. Weapons leave some to be desired, but they can run the ball. They can pass the ball. So maybe the Bills have it. But you go back to it. The Chiefs have shown it time and time again. The only other quarterback that's currently in the league that has won a Super Bowl, the only other quarterback that's currently in the league that's won a Super Bowl is Matt Stafford. And he's getting paid almost 19% of the Rams cap. So the overall point is that the way that teams are paying quarterbacks, and players overall, but specifically quarterbacks, every time a first-round quarterback comes up for a contract, they break the market. They pay him top of the market deals, even though they haven't proved it. That doesn't win you Super Bowls. That doesn't win you championships. If you're going to pay somebody like they're the best player in the league. They better be the fucking best player in the league. They better be goddamn Patrick Mahomes. They better be Peyton Manning. They better be Tom Brady. Even Tom Brady was taking discounts. So if you're fucking paying Trevor Lawrence or you're fucking paying Dak Prescott all this money, that's fine. Maybe they're worth it to you as a franchise, right? Maybe it's worth it for the Bengals to stay afloat. That is, you're not going to let Joe Burrow go. Maybe it's worth it for Jags to have Trevor Lawrence to sell jerseys, right? It's definitely worth it for the Cowboys to have that star quarterback. That's how they sell jerseys. But don't kid yourself to think you're winning the Super Bowl. And the thing is only one team per year wins a Super Bowl. And if you have that Patrick Mahomes, if you have that Tom Brady, that gives you that best shot. But not everybody is that. And some of these teams have to realize there is other ways to win the Super Bowl. If you don't have the best quarterback, find another way to do it. Don't convince yourself that your quarterback is the best quarterback. We're going to talk about the Vikings in my next video, and we're going to see how they put their team together. They're trying to find a different way. I don't think anyone's won it the way that they're trying to put it together. Maybe you talk about the Ravens in 2001, but not too many people have won it the way that the Vikings are trying to win it. But we're going to talk about that. But for this time, hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry to my loyal followers that maybe aren't into sports. I hope you can stick with us. If you don't, I understand, but I got to start making videos that are the best videos that I can make. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like, you subscribe, check out the shorts we've been doing. I'm going to start getting more of this sports content going. Like I said, keep an eye out for that Vikings video that's coming out. Other than that, we're just going to catch you next time. See ya.